All right. Anyways, we can go into topic 2. Twice, right? Yes.
Yep.
There are only 2 choices to that question.
No or no.
Or yes.
Yeah, you couldn't say no to that question.
Okay. So
I'm gonna
This
open.
is-
By the way, I'm gonna open this album while we're doing this, so I can see what photo cards I get. And I will show them
all right.
to the camera.
You have to show us your polls.
Heart
There's a
Shaker
lot.
Cooper just said in the chat, Heart Shaker got nominated for Melon. Everybody spam vote it, please. Please, it counts.
No, it,
Yes, it does. It's the best song of 2018.
no, it's not. It came
Yes,
out
it
last
is.
year.
It is
you
to
idiot.
Jacob.
Song of the
Yeah,
year.
it came up. It's like, hey, we put Olive Card songs on our top MVs of the year.
Oh,
on
yeah.
every year, so Heart Shaker can be added to that
Heart
list,
Shaker is my executive decision.
yeah.
You can't put executive decisions of songs that aren't on the. No.
All right. Anyways, we can get into the actual album review now. This album is of Twice's new mini album, which is called Yes or Yes, which is the name of the title track as well, which is also the first track. And
That is.
excuse me while I open my notes. Of course, on live stream we're always like less
Okay,
streamlined. All right. Anyways, so yeah, like literally what I thought of this was like immediately was like.
Dubu. Dubu.
Dubu. All right.
I got the two.
Anyways.
Oh god, I feel bad. I feel so bad for the audio listeners because all they're hearing is like crinkling,
I know.
like shrink wrap, and just us screaming random things
Here's
that
the
they can't.
pile of
they can't
photo cards.
contextualize.
Give you 8
All right,
billion.
if you're listening to the audio, I recommend watching the live stream back. Otherwise,
Before we
just deal
start,
with
I'm just gonna go through the cards
Okay.
because they're all out. Okay, I don't even know what this is, but it's Dubu. It's some weird poll
Yo, can I
thing.
swap? Can I swap?
It's different members.
Oh, it's like a Polaroid type
Chewy.
thing, or no, like
Yeah.
a film strip type thing. That's
yeah,
pretty
it's
cool.
like a photo.
it was the third one.
Huh?
The one at the
Third one
top.
was Chewy.
Chewy. Okay,
No, the
Chewy
first
was at
one.
the bottom. Dubu was at the top.
Oh,
Dubu's at
okay.
the top. She's
Then
hard
we
to
got
miss. She has purple hair.
Jacob's
Yeah.
bias.
My bias.
Nayeon.
One of my 2 biases. Because I get 2 because they have 9
No, I'm not
members.
even looking at the front. Then we got my bias.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Then
Alright.
we got Andrew's bias.
Dude,
No,
how
yeah.
many?
We got
Is it
Jihyo.
Momo? Oh, damn it.
No, JYP's gives you like 8 billion photo cards now.
Oh,
Now you got Nayeon
amazing.
and
I'll kill you for those
Jeongyeon?
9 cards.
I think that's Jeongyeon, but
I can't tell. I'm pretty sure that's Jeongyeon though, because
I'm pretty sure it's Jeongyeon.
Yeah, it is.
but-
It
because
is.
of the hair.
No, yeah, JYP puts like cards because 8 billion cards because now you have to buy. There's like 90 different cards, so if you want all of them, you have to buy like 40 albums.
Flicks
to
her
get
ass
lucky
which
enough.
tarot card you got.
I didn't get it. What?
Apparently,
Well,
there's
it's
a
hiding.
tarot card in there.
Can
Whichever one you
also
get is your
hiding.
stand.
Are Twice albums mappable?
No, there's no tarot card.
Damn. All right. Anyways, to the actual song, Yes or Yes, super catchy Twice style, like song, like more in the vein of like Heart Shaker, What Is Love. So it's like exactly what I wanted, and I really, really like it. The only thing I didn't really like as much was I thought the MV was a little like meh compared to other ones, but that's kind of a minor complaint. And I think this is like 10 billion times better than Dance the Night Away. So
Hell
get
no.
wrecked.
Hell
Yes,
no.
it is.
It's
Dance the
not
Night
10
Away
billion
was-
times better, but it is
All right,
better.
all right, it's 20 times better.
Hmm.
Eh. Well, so for me, I love it, obviously, because I love everything, because that's just who I am. But I like how intense the beat is during the chorus, and like how it chills out in the verses.
High impact chorus. That's a theme throughout
yeah.
this episode for me.
Also, the repeated part during the verses I really like. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but like the part that they repeat twice, or they say twice.
Twice.
Well, not the yes or yes part, but like during the verses, not during the chorus. But then the chorus is like the right kind of catchy. It's like easy to sing along with. It gets stuck in your head. It's great. Also, I think this is continuing Dance the Night Away is trend of having like some of their best choreo and styling. 'Cause I just like how intense their choreo is getting.
Yeah.
And both Dance the Night Away and this are like have moved in that direction. So yeah, I like it. But I like Dance the Night Away a lot too. So, and I haven't really disliked a Twice single that much. So
I don't dislike Dance the Night Away. It was just so like meh compared to everything else. 'Cause everything else is so good for me. I don't know.
That's pretty rich coming from considering this group has a lot of meh singles. In all honesty, so
What?
I
No.
disagree.
I like Signal and I like Knock Knock. They're just like
in
towards the bottom of the
retrospect,
list.
in retrospect,
I
Signal
agree.
Signal probably like went up.
Worst
in term-
choreo. Get out of here, Flixer. Go to bed.
But in retrospect, Signal probably went up a bit because this one actually superseded it in terms of how much I did end up disliking. It's such a weird. It's such a weird situation because, and that's subject to change, obviously, because I mean, like Twice singles are definitely very fluid in terms of my rankings. But to sort of explain how I feel about this, the instrumental is I have no like problem with the instrumental. Actually, it's music and arrangement is by David Amber, who I did Love Bomb, Heart Shaker, just a bunch of really good songs. So the actual instrumental itself is really solid. Just again, it has a really catchy element to it that definitely likens itself to like succeeding with a Twice song, since a lot of their sort of concept is based around just like catchiness overall. I'd say where it falls short for me is one in just sort of concept and theme, and two in vocal performance and lyrics to some degree. So I guess those two are kind of interrelated. So just to start off with concept, I don't know. At this point, like Twice has been around for what, like it feels since 2016, right?
3 years. No,
Yeah,
there's
so-
2015.
2015.
3 years.
Okay, yeah. So they've been around for a while, and I don't know. It just if you look at almost every single that they've done, it's just and granted, this is a bigger problem with K-pop girl groups in general, and I know we're kind of gonna get dislikes for this, so I'm sorry in advance. They literally don't sing about anything else other than, oh, I want this person to show appreciation for me and love me, because that's all girl groups seem to want to sing about. And at this point, it's super overplayed. It is super overplayed considering how long they've been around, honestly.
I think honestly, like a lot of onces get mad about this, but like honestly, they need their Run Devil Run era.
Yeah, I know they do. I've been clamoring for it, but again, it's just much in the same way where
Like even if it's just a one-off thing, it shakes it up a little bit, you know.
The thing is though, there's no
For
That
incentive.
doesn't sell- that doesn't
SSD,
sell
they
in
didn't
Japan.
do another edgy concept until like The Boys or You Think. Those are the only two other ones they did. So
God, You Think is so good.
yeah, it is.
there's no incentive to do it, obviously, though, because again, like this song's breaking records
Yeah, this
and
sells, yeah.
yeah, basically, and honestly, like JYP's making bank, so really, there's no incentive to change up this. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But unfortunately,
Well, I think that's JYP, honestly, in a nutshell. Is they kind of like they were kind of doing it with GOT7 as well. Like I'd say like 4 comebacks in a row were kind of very
the same, yeah, very just like a lot
similar.
of tropical inspired sort of things.
Yeah, like, you know, this is successful, I'm going to keep doing this. JYP, I feel like, is more business oriented than SM is, even though it's kind of crazy to say.
Considering like JYP,
Modern JYP at least,
because you think like SM being around for a long time, like you think
well,
they were
SM is the moneymaker. That's why
Yeah.
you think they would be the more business oriented.
yeah, but
ones,
and JYP being
honestly,
an actual artist, like you'd think that they'd
Yeah.
be more creative focused. But I mean, they probably do the best job of balancing both, like being good for the bottom line and good for the creatives of the group. And no, we're not fighting. It's okay. It's okay. K-pop for life in the comments or in the live chat said, "Mom and Dad, stop fighting. You're ruining my birthday party." That being said, again, I'd say if we were gonna sort of break down, just like each of the labels, YG just doesn't release music. JYP is very good at being consistent, and SM is always on the cutting edge. At least when it comes to like groups like EXO and NCT and like Red Velvet and that sort of thing. That's definitely
SM's
archetypes.
strength is being experimental for sure. in my opinion, like with FX and like Shiny and stuff, especially.
Yeah.
Red Velvet. That's an obvious one. But yeah. Anyways, I guess from here I'll.
Oh wait, no.
Oh, you still have more points.
Still
Yeah, I'm
talking
sorry.
about yeah.
I'm sorry, and look, I need to contextualize. If I don't contextualize this, we're getting a lot of comments that are like, "Oh, why you fucking like garbage?" Like,
No, everyone
Thrice.
knows you hate good girl group music.
Yeah.
So
no, and I mean, like again, Twice is such a weird group for me where I love the group a lot, especially like personality wise, but it's really hit or miss for me when it comes to singles. I don't think I've ever really experienced that before. It's like because with Socia, I loved everything essentially. Whereas with them, it's just I don't know. Maybe it's just kind of like I'm expecting.
Less
a lot out of them.
Nasty is the perfect idol group,
Yeah.
so you can't.
Yeah, granted. In terms of vocals, I think what sort of it's something I never really noticed until now, but maybe it's just because they're screaming like yes or yes like over and over again. I don't know. There's just usually Momo is the one that gets a bad rap for having a whiny voice, but I don't know. There's just kind of like a whiny greediness to Nayeon and Jihyo's voices, and I know they carry a lot of the singing load, but it was exacerbated just by the lyrical structure of this song more than normal. And just to touch on a mild controversy in regards to the lyrics, there was a lot of like Twitter outrage, so to speak, or just a lot of like concern over the lyrics. Potentially, everyone's like, it kind of seems like rapey or just like questionable or something. I really don't know. Like
that seems like
I think it's an
non-issue.
over-exaggeration.
yeah,
that doesn't really matter.
honestly, and I mean, like I could kind of see, like I guess it's just like it's just weird in a way, the lyrics, but again, obviously things that sort of get translated into English, like context and meaning doesn't always translate over 100%. And if anything, it kind of like the whole concept of yes or yes, like the music video and like the whole thing, it comes off as satirical. And I mean, like maybe like even at first blush, like even at like hearing the concept yes or yes, where it's like you can only say yes or yes, you can only love me or you can only love me. Like just the entire concept of that comes off as satirical and doesn't necessarily come off, or it's kind of a play on the trope of like a I don't know, just like a crazy like a yandere girl almost, where they're just like obsessed with a certain person to some degree. And I don't know, that's just sort of the way I read it. I read it in terms of lyrics and in terms of just like the context clues that we receive via the music video and by just like the I don't know, just like all those other visual aspects of it. It doesn't necessarily seem malicious or just like creepy in that sort of way.
Yeah, I think it's a cutesy girl group pop song that has no nothing needs to be read into it. It's just generic love song.
Have fun with
Girl
it.
group pop.
That's all I do with it.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like I'm not saying like Heart Shaker is like a lyrical masterpiece, but musically.
Oh, he said something. He said something not amazing about Heart Shaker. Negative.
Who did?
You did. Clip
did.
it.
What?
You just
You're
said
like
Oh, well, the lyrics is not why I
praising
like
it.
that song.
you're not praising it to high moon for everything.
Okay,
first.
fine. Heart Shaker is a masterpiece and it's a
There
flawless
you go.
song, and you can't say anything about it.
You said it
or
was the
else
best
I'll
song of the year.
And it is the best song of the year. All right. Anyways,
No, get it.
now we can move to the next
To the
song.
second song on
The
the
second
album.
song on the album after
We're
like 20 minutes.
minutes into this. Gone.
Okay. Anyways, all right. So the second song is called "See You Love Me," and my first impression was like I always love the inclusion of like guitar into the instrumental. I was happy to see that. I think the chorus is awesome for the song. It's really, really effective and like again, like high impact. I really, really love it when there's a high impact, like clear chorus. And usually what causes that is either having a more like full instrumental during the chorus and more like empty during the verses. And yeah, that pretty much is what it does. It fills up in the pre-chorus and just kind of goes bam. So yeah, that's one of the things I really loved about this song. And I also thought that the weird breakdown that was in the middle, I thought it was kind of like Red Velvet like they kind of just switched modes all of a sudden. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I like this. I agree with you. I like the guitar. Like I like acoustic. This is just like acoustic pop rock, basically. And yeah, obviously I love when K-pop does like pop rock stuff, especially girl groups.
Yeah.
Also, Sana's cutesy singing got me.
Yeah.
This part.
That always gets me,
It's like-
honestly.
My second bias.
Yeah, I mean, I think I just at this point I just stand J-Line, but yeah, definitely that's another reason why like Sana just sort of competes with Momo in that sort of way, just because her vocal her line delivery is unmatched when it comes to that style. That being said, yeah, this song didn't do it for me either. Whereas my problems with Yes or Yes were just, I don't know, like in terms of like or just vocal structure and everything. I mean, the singing on this is fine. It's just the style of song. I don't know. It's just after a certain point, it just feels like all of Twice's album or a lot of Twice's album tracks just kind of sound the same. Like they pretty much it feels like they have a song like this on almost every mini album. Like they definitely had one on.
I don't know.
They definitely had one on the last, and I'm just like, how many times are you gonna be able to remake the same song before everyone's just like, eh? I mean, again, granted, I'm no odd one out here. Obviously, like Twice makes bank off of this, and honestly, most people don't give a shit about album tracks in the first place. But I'd say more us more than other fans. We definitely put more value into just the completeness of an album, and I don't know.
Dude, some of the best songs are B-sides. Like
Yeah,
this
some of the
EXO
best-
album,
the
I
best song
can't
on
wait to
this-
talk about one of the B-sides.
The best song in this album is a B-side, which we'll get to. But yeah, I just don't want them. I know that they sort of have their specific archetype, but there's definitely more ways and more like genres and more sounds that they can sort of play around with instead of going to this like pop track, like I don't know, like freaking One Direction style, like with guitar or like pop track that I've just heard by a billion girl groups at this point, and it just leaves no impact on me whatsoever.
Yep. All right. So next we have La 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 Crap Your Pants. Like I can't unhear it. Like that's all
No.
it sounds like.
Yeah.
It does
Crap your
sound like
pants.
it
I love
does.
it so much.
For some of them, it definitely
Speaking of
sounds
mishearing
like
or misunderstanding
Some of them are
the
better
context
than
of
others.
lyrics. Yeah.
it. Jeongyeon's the worst though.
Yeah. Like it literally sounds like crap your pants. Like pants specifically.
side note.
Everything.
Yeah.
Jeongyeon wrote the lyrics to this song, so
Oh. So she wrote La La La.
she wrote "Crap Your
Pants.
Pants."
No, I'm
No.
just kidding. But
No, she did a great job.
All jokes
She did a great
aside, I actually really like the song. I thought the vocals in the pre-chorus were a really nice touch, and the chorus was super catchy, and it's definitely memorable since the misheard English lyrics as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this song like went in a way different direction than I expected, which was good. And I like the really really focused instrumentals in the verses. That really stood out to me.
Yeah, this is actually one of the few songs I actually enjoyed off of this album. And it's not a surprise that Jeongyeon ended up doing. She carried a lot of the chorus, and in terms of the vocal performance, and I'm really glad that just in general, Jeongyeon's starting to get a lot more of a line distribution in the more recent Twice songs, and I think because Nayeon and Jihyo and the rest of them, a lot of them have like really like high pitched voices, and Jeongyeon brings a really good like mid range, or like a more bassier voice, which helps provide contrast. And I'd say
They definitely suffer to a similar problem I had with Eyes One last week.
Eyes One, yeah, definitely.
Like I think it's definitely a similar thing. So yeah, it's good that they do have a member that can kind of bring things back down.
Yeah,
and I do like that they're using Jeongyeon more for sure.
Yeah, she's definitely the most consistent, and she's actually starting to hit the radar, just in general for me too, because she's starting to let her hair grow out, because it's not that like, remember how short it used to be? Like it used to be like a straight up bob cut, but now it's super long, and I love it. Especially I love how long it was in Dance the Night Away. I'm just like, oh my god, yeah, Jeongyeon, like. I don't care what anyone else says. Jeongyeon looks so much better with long hair, long hair and bangs. Because she used to have long hair pre-debut, but she'd have like her forehead exposed, and it just looks so weird. But yeah, I really appreciate that. That's the one thing I appreciate about JYP. He's definitely making a concerted effort to allow more of the artists to do more of the behind-the-scenes production work, and it's definitely paying off. Because I mean, we see Stray Kids, we see GOT7 does a lot of their stuff too. Like. Again, it's just like incorporating the artists more and more it's definitely going to help bring new light to it, as opposed to just like the same like 4 or 5 producers that you just keep going to for the same group. So yeah, this is a really great track.
Yeah. All right, coming up next we have Young and the Wild, and I really like the almost like half rapping verses. Usually I don't like that kind of thing as much, but I think it works well with Twice's voices. And they had a really catchy chorus, especially during Jihyo's half. I thought that was really nice, and again, high impact.
Yeah. First of all, Mina got 3 English intros.
Yeah,
and it blew me away.
Is she just in charge
when I got
of
a third one, I was like, yes, just keep
she was
doing
born
this.
in Texas. Give her all the
She's
English.
just in charge of
Yeah.
all the languages, because she's the, whenever they go to Japan, she's the one that speaks for the group. She's pretty good at Korean. She does English. I mean, does she know Taiwanese as well? Is she gonna take over for
Mandarin, you mean?
No, she's doing Taiwanese. Taiwanese is
Well, I know, but is it a different language?
Yeah, no, it's completely, or it's technically a different dialect. They speak.
Oh, I thought they just spoke Mandarin. My
No,
bad.
no. It's different over there. Yeah, Taiwanese is its own thing.
But yeah, I love how the beat builds through the first verse with like that super low bass line. Also, Che finally got a decent rap part, which I was happy about. And I liked the super minimalistic like breakdown thing. It's kind of came out of nowhere. But I liked it.
I hated it. I hated, like, not the whole thing, just like that breakdown part, just because. And I think that's probably the sort of like big identifier of my issue with this track, because I'd say otherwise it'd be okay. But I'd say this is sort of constant, much like Yesterday's, the constant repeating of Young and Wild, like over and over and over and over again. It's really grating on the ears. And also like the breakdown, it does like a fake, like, oh, this song is about to go in, but like, psych, we're just going to go back to the regular. I don't know. It's just like either commit or just don't do it at all. Like, honestly, it just seems like kind of a waste. And this is probably one of the few songs that I can't make it through the whole thing, just because the constant repeating of Young and Wild just gets on my nerves.
I can't wait to see the dichotomy between me and Andrew's score.
I know. He's gonna give it like a
God.
4 at
All
this
right,
rate.
next song is
what before we move on, like what this specifically reminds me of, it's like and Jacob, I know you're gonna appreciate this.
okay,
It's like
I literally cannot hear you right now.
It's
Huh?
literally.
I can hear you. You're fine.
I can't hear any of you. All right, I'm gonna restart Discord in the middle.
No, what do you do? No, what do you do?
Because I can't hear you at all.
What do you do?
I mean, he might have to. It's gonna script the overlay for a second.
Okay.
Okay,
well.
can you hear us?
Now we're back. Yes. All right.
Okay, what
Next,
I was
saying?
What I was saying is, you're gonna really appreciate this, Jacob. It reminds me of the Foo Fighters "Best of You" meme, where it's like, "Is someone getting the best, the best, the best?"
Yeah, I love
just like
that.
for an hour. That's what I think of when I hear "Young and Wild" like 15 straight times.
One time I actually did listen to that entire thing. Not because I
A whole
wanted
hour
to, though.
of the
Not
best.
because I wanted to though. We were studying once, and somebody played it for the whole hour because like we have to get this done, or else we're gonna have to listen to the best for 1 hour straight.
That reminds me of a John Mulaney joke. Apparently,
Well,
like,
they originally did it. They originally did it with Leak Spin.
Yeah. Apparently, so there's this comedian, John Mulaney. He had this like stand-up joke where he went into like a diner that had a jukebox in it, and apparently he paid like $20 worth of music or in coins just to play "What's New Pussycat" by Tom Jones like 100 times.
Oh boy.
And then
awesome.
there would be one time where he'd play a different song, and then it'd go back to "What's New Pussycat," and everyone in the like the restaurant would just get super pissed. So it's
awesome.
basically like that.
All right, next up, and I agree with Flixer on this.
Yeah, I don't think any.
The next song is called Sunset, and I really like right off the bat when I was listening to it, I really like how it fades in the beginning. I really love when people use use of volume. Like, again, it's like kind of Foo Fighters effect light in this case, because it was the very beginning of the song, so it's not the same exact effect, but yeah, this is honestly, in my opinion, this is some of the best vocals in any Twice song. And also the instrumentals in the chorus, again, high impact. Like, that's kind of a theme in the like Twice's chorus and choruses in this album, and I think that's one of the reasons why I liked it so much, just because again, like I really really love a high impact, like energetic chorus when it comes to like poppy songs like this.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like a fantastic song. The vocals are amazing, like you said. I just love the glitchy, funky electronic instrumentals. Yeah, everything about it. It's easily my favorite song on the album.
This easily might be my favorite Twice song. Not even joking.
It's like up there for me now. I mean,
Yeah.
it touched Heartshaker, but
like no, like like this just superseded like every single. To be completely honest, it's just funny because I've just had this is a very polarizing album for me because it might simultaneously have some of the best and some of the worst Twice music just in general. The reason why I love it so much is because this is basically like straight out of like SoundCloud like anime like music type shit. It's like straight up like kawaii like hyper cute EDM music, which is like the stuff I listen to outside of K-pop, and it's such a perfect genre for them to give to Twice because that's the concept and the style of singing that they do is just perfect for this. And also it's just, we've never heard a Twice song like this, and I need one thing I'm a really big proponent for is I want groups to push themselves in different musical directions every album. This is
especially with a single,
I want a single that sounds like this, honestly, because if it sounds this good, and that's a huge shame that there's going to be so many people that never hear this song, that never get to be exposed to the amazingness of the instrumental of this song, and like I could gush about this song like for so much. I'd say probably the only thing would be it's just a minor complaint, or just it's Twice definitely has like a particular type of singing style that they stick to like regardless of genre. This is probably one of the instances where I'd probably try and change it up a bit just because so it'd fit more of like the hyper cute EDM vibe that the song had going for it. And maybe I'm always a big fan of vocal chopping, and I think in this case it'd especially add to it just because like there's a lot of just like there's just a lot of like craziness and just a lot of like trap beats with going on, and the synth, the way they're doing the synth melody and everything. It'd probably work the best for it. Yeah, Cooper in the live chat said this could easily have been the title track and still been a hit. Yeah, I
agree.
I mean, it probably appealed to a different demographic. Like it sounds like something that like there's a bunch of like YouTube channels that just put up like random SoundCloud EDM music to like 60 FPS anime video. It sounds like something that belongs more on that than it would be into K-pop, and it'd be so interesting to see the reception it'd get from the sort of SoundCloud EDM community. And like, yeah, it's really cool that they're pulling such a like an obscure influence like this. Like, the only other song I know of that probably sounds like this is Luna. Friggin' Luna Odd Eye Circle. Whatchamacallit?
Sweet Crazy Love?
No, the other one.
Girlfriend?
Yeah, Girlfriend's probably the only other song that's sort of in the same style of it. And I love this here more with how popular sort of cutesy girl groups are. It's something that it's a genre I think that would work well if they implement it more, just in K-pop as a whole.
Yeah, as much as I like Yes or Yes, I would have liked to see them try this as the single because I think it would have been an interesting like experiment.
It's a bold move. It'd be a really bold move for them to do, and I think even with the power of that's the thing. Twice isn't. Despite me having like issues with Twice's
juggernaut, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, basically they could put out like absolute garbage and it'll still.
They could put out EXO's Wolf and still be fine.
Yeah, basically they can afford themselves to push themselves in different directions this way because they have big enough of a fan base. And I think it's still, again, this style of music is still more in line with the concept, so I don't think it'll stray or it'll scare away too many of the like that's the purists. They're like, this is the only Twice sound I like, and they're never allowed to do anything else. So it would appeal to both people like me that want to see something new from them and people that like their current sound.
Yeah. All right, next up we have Aftermoon. This song definitely stood out the least to me, except I did still enjoy it a lot for being the token ballad track on the album. I still think everybody's vocals turned out well. I think the chorus was effective despite it being kind of just a pop ballad. Overall, I still think it turned out well. I like this song.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. Like, I really like Twice ballads,
but it stood out the least, basically.
Yeah. Like I really like Twice ballads, but I think it's one of their more generic ones. Yeah, basically exactly what you said. Like it's good, but it didn't stand out.
Yeah.
I'm with Cooper in the comments, said triggered second best song, and I agree. I completely agree.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah, no,
Don't
this
get
is
me
probably the second best song. And the reason why is because it's produced by Iggy under her Oreo moniker. Iggy is famously one of the main songwriters for Gfriend, along with Youngbae, and it basically sounds like Twice doing a Gfriend song, and that just the fact of that is just blowing my mind right now. And granted, I have my issues with Gfriend and them getting caught.
You don't know who they are.
You don't know who they are, and you keep saying they keep making the same songs. No.
Well, granted, they've been pushing a lot. Like Gfriend's year, like this year, Gfriend has just been like on fire. Basically,
Definitely.
This is the completely opposite. But yeah, granted, like it's such an interesting sort of thing that I'd probably enjoy it more hearing it from Twice do a style like this as opposed to hearing it from Gfriend. Because again, it's just I feel it's kind of new for them. So I do really appreciate that. I'd be interested to see if Iggy and Youngbae could do a Twice single, honestly, because I think they have the pedigree, and it'd be an interesting sort of change of pace for Twice as opposed to going back to like either Black Eyed Peas song or incorporating David Amber or just having JYP do it. So yeah, hopefully this is sort of like laying the foundation for them being able to do Iggy and hopefully Iggy and Youngbae doing a Twice single down the line.
Yeah. All right, next up we have BDZ, the Korean version. I don't know how much you guys will have to say about it, but honestly, this song has grown on me a lot since listening to the Korean version. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I've been listening to the album a few times and it's just grown on me a lot. I actually like this song quite a lot now. Like I went to liking it to loving it. So yeah,
see, I
like the hook a lot.
Yeah, I really liked the song when it first came out. So
yeah,
but yeah. Version's fine.
It sounds weird, obviously, because I've spammed the Japanese version just like over and over again. But again, it's still probably. I could probably put BDZ.
So you're gonna listen to this version instead of the Japanese version because you always listen to the wrong.
This is now
version.
the correct version.
No. This is not. This is the wrong version. Actually, I prefer the.
Yeah, but you always listen to the wrong version.
No, I always. It's one of the rare cases where I probably prefer the Japanese version. I mean, I had the same...
Rare cases? This is literally what we make fun of you for.
Japanese
You always
show,
like the Japanese
banned from
version.
Korea. No, I'm just kidding.
You made us listen to Genie's Japanese
or
version.
no, if it's a Korean song that gets...
If
it gets a Korean song that goes into Japanese, yeah, I'd probably... As much as I enjoy it, I'd still... If you put a gun to my head, I'd still probably listen to the Korean version as much as I love the Japanese versions. But yeah, I'd still... Yeah, I actually still put this. I could probably put this above even some of like Twice's singles this year. Honestly, like BDZ is actually that good of a song. I probably put it above Yes or Yes. I'd probably put it above What Is Love. Honestly, and that's probably you have to attribute that to JYP. And like it's still pretty cool to see JYP be willing to give or produce a song that's for Japan. I guess that's really just how much he cares about that market. Honestly, that it's not just throwaway music essentially.
Yep. One last thing. It came to a sudden epiphany while listening to this song. BDZ stands for bulldozer.
Like a bulldozer.
Yeah, like it's just the initial, like the abbreviation for bulldozer. If you, I guess, did it in Korean, they usually do the syllables or whatever. But yeah, I guess now we can go into ratings. And I love this album. I gave it a 10 out of 10.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
I love every song. I really liked it.
Wow.
Right after I like shat all over them for Dance the Night Away.
Awesome. Oh my god, you did it. You became me.
Yeah, I became Nate for a day.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I did not give it a 10. But I gave it a 9. I thought I gave it a 5 out of 6 for music. I think a couple of songs could have been a little bit better, but overall I liked it a lot. And like I said with Yes or Yes, I thought the choreo and styling is continuing the trend from Dance the Night Away as being some of their best. And then I gave it the bias point. So 9 out of 10. And Andrew's gonna drop it the average a bit probably.
Andrew's like 4.
4,
Bam.
yeah.
No.
I'm thinking 7.
Yeah, actually, yeah, 7. And honestly, not even honestly, it would probably be the music score would probably been lower if it wasn't for Sunset and Aftermoon, because I didn't factor BDZ into my my overall music score. So yeah, 4 out of 6 for the music. Again, it was so hard to score this honestly because like I do enjoy some of the tracks, but I don't know. I feel like I've just given Twice too much of a pass. Honestly, over the past year, and at this point, I can't give them any more passes. And when it comes to just not pushing themselves forward in terms of music, that being said, again, like Sunset is definitely the redeeming part of this album, and it's something that if they're sort of like shuffling this into the album tracks, I hope they're more willing to do it in the future. But yeah, until it's the single. It's a 4 out of 6. Concept 2 out of 3. And I'd say nothing really like groundbreaking in terms of visuals or music video. So yeah, I'd have to give it, but nothing was too abhorrent or less like dumb or anything. Yep, and a 1 out of 1 for bias point. So it's a 7. But the average would still take it up to a 9, so it's fine.
Yep. Woo! Jacob gave it a shiny.
Yeah, if Jacob doesn't give it the 10, it wouldn't have gotten a shiny. Basically, it would have dropped the average under 8.5. So
and don't just call me like he loves everything Twice puts out. I was like actually angry.
On Dance
I was
absolutely
angry about Dance the Night Away.
Well, granted, yeah, maybe we just take turns, just like hating or just like being out of love with Twice. But
I never hate or be out of love with Twice.
But
I love everything.
I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of disappointed that because my biggest like talking point was like fall Twice always deliver. We get like TT and Likey, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really think like even if you like the song, I don't know if Yes or S could live up to the impact or like how good those songs were. Unfortunately.
Well, we got Winter Twice, which is even better.
Winter Twice.
Yeah, we do.
Came out in the winter.
If Twice releases a good Christmas song, maybe.
No, really.
They have the Japanese Christmas
release
song.
the Heart Shaker tier. Come on, let's do it.
David Amber got this one, so David Amber got this track. So maybe Black Eyed Peas song gets the repackage. I don't know. Like
I'd be fine with that too. Honestly,
yeah, honestly,
we haven't heard
Black
from Black Eyed Peas song in a long
Black
time.
Eyed Peas song makes the best Twice songs. So I mean.
David Amber makes some Twice songs because all my favorites were by him. I think I don't remember exactly.
Right,
but
who made TT?
He gets the shiny.
TT?
I said who made TT?
Oh, Black Eyed Peas song.
Peas song made TT.
Well, then Black Eyed Peas song makes the best.
Yeah, I think he made all
Likey.
3 of their first like 3. So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.